Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into a bonus episode of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I'm Matt Coble, joined by Max Faulkner. Broski, tell the people why we're getting together on a Sunday night.
Oh, Cobrizi. It is the Maui Invitational. They call it Feast Week, right? All these tournaments that are happening right before Thanksgiving and even during Thanksgiving. I believe Battle for Atlantis goes to on Thanksgiving, right? Oh, freaking love it. Okay, this is a great time for sports this week in general with all different types of basketball games. So very, very good matchups, by the way. It's not just blowout games. We're talking the best of the best basketball that you could ask for. And yeah, Cobras, we gotta talk about this Maui Invitational because this is potentially the best Maui Invitational that I have seen in years.
Yes, like you say, it's feast week, and this is kind of really the opening up of the college basketball season. You know, a lot of the top ranked teams, they open up their schedule with two or three cupcakes, you know, two or three sleepers, snoozers. But now we're getting in some tournaments where you're going to have some neutral court games, some teams that you usually don't play on your schedule. And Max, like you just said, this Maui Invitational this year, oh my goodness, it's juicy. We got 5 teams ranked in the top 11. It's an 18 tournament. This is an 18 tournament. 5 of those teams are ranked in the top 11 right now in this AP preseason AP poll this week. We're going to get a new poll tomorrow, so these rankings are going to change a little bit. But currently, right now on Sunday night, we got 5 teams ranked in the top 11. What do you think about that field?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so exciting. And even better yet, amongst those 5 teams are our favorite team. Unbelievable. Cannot wait to see these guys play. Let's go Boilers. I got my Robbie Hummel jersey.
Oh,
Robbie Hummel, a legend.
I didn't see number 4 down there.
Hey, I got 2 of them. I got one in black and I got one in white. How about that?
Wow, about that? Big Robbie fan.
When my first year going to Purdue, okay, we went to the Purdue bookstore and they had Robbie Hummel jerseys 50% off because he wasn't playing anymore. It wasn't on the team anymore. Sure. So they're just selling them. And my grandma was like, you want this jersey? I was like, oh my, yeah, I love Robbie Hummel, grandma.
Grandma knows her deals.
Grandma knows what's up.
But yeah, so we wanted to get together tonight because we love the Maui Invitational. It's always been our favorite in-season tournament. Been watching it every year. Yeah. This season, unfortunately, it's not going to be held in Maui because of the wildfires. So the tournament this year is going to be in Honolulu, but next season it's planned to go back to the Lahaina Civic Center in Maui. Max, give me the research you did on these teams and their past history in this tournament.
Yeah, so the Maui Invitational has been going on for a very long time. I want to say since the 70s. Is that yeah, you can verify that for me, Cobrizi. But as far as
remember, definitely at least 80s, yeah.
Yes. So all 8 of these teams, I believe, have played in this invitational, have either been a runner-up or a champion. Okay, let's just go down the list. Kansas has won 3 times. Okay, they have won 3 times, and they are tied for the most ever winning this tournament. They also were a runner-up. Okay, so that's 4 total. Purdue, my Boilers, they were runner-up only 1 time. I don't know how many times they've been in the invitational, but all I know is that they were only runner-up 1 time. Tennessee, now this is the one team that might not have been in the tournament. I couldn't go as deep as to find that out, but they zero runner-ups, 0 championships. But Tennessee is legit. They're going to look great, and I would not be surprised about them making a run in this tourney. Marquette has been a runner-up once, no championships. Gonzaga, 2 championships, 1 runner-up. UCLA, 1 championship, 0 runner-ups. Syracuse has 3 championships in this Maui Invitational, the only other team that has 3 championships. And then Chaminade, am I saying that right? Chaminade. They were a runner-up 1 time. And I believe that was the first ever invitational, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll give them that. We got to give them that. But that's just to show you that these are good teams, everybody. These are great teams. You know, we cannot express it enough, whether they're ranked or they're not. They've been there and they've done that. So this is going to be really fun.
For my quick research right here, it says that the first Maui Invitational was in 1984.
Was 84.
1984 was the first one held. Max, let's get right into this bracket. We're going to be picking each game here. We got 12 games that's going to be played on the campus of Hawaii in Honolulu. The first game tomorrow, Monday morning, 2:30 Eastern. Okay, all these times I'm going to say in Eastern time. 2:30 Eastern, game one. Oh, baby, we start off with a solid one here. We got the Volunteers of Tennessee and the Orangemen of Syracuse. First year without the nose picker Jim Boeheim.
Always had a runny nose. Always a runny nose.
That nose was always running on the sidelines, and sometimes those boogers taste good.
He likes to eat nachos on the sideline. Too many jalapenos on those nachos. All right. Too spicy for Jim Boeheim.
Yeah, I don't like jalapenos either. But Syracuse, so far this season, they're 3-0. They've got wins over New Hampshire, Canisius, and Colgate. Okay, they had to come back, big comeback against Colgate to get that one, all at home. They are led this season by sophomore Judah Mintz. He's averaging 23 points, 3 boards, 5 assists, 2.3 steals. They're solid start to the season. Syracuse is 3-0. Those 3 teams that they played, though, all cupcakes. They're going against the Volunteers of Tennessee. Yeah. Right now, according to Ken Palm, Tennessee has the 3rd ranked defense. They are led by senior Dalton Connect, averaging 19.7 points. He is a transfer from Northern Colorado. Averaged 20.2 points last season for the Bears of Northern Colorado. Tennessee opened up their season with 3 wins. Ass beating of Tennessee Tech. They won at Wisconsin by 10, and then they beat Wofford. Max, where are you going in this game to start the Maui Invitational?
I'm definitely going with Tennessee. That defense is legit. And also, with this addition of Dalton Connect, this team is deep. Okay, Tennessee, they have at least 6 players that are deep, not including, and then those 6, I'm not even including Zegler. Okay, and Zegler is a guy that got hurt. He's now back on the team. He might be trying to get back in the mix of things because he was one of the top scorers on the team before an injury. Was it last year, Cole he got hurt? Right before the tournament, right? Mm-hmm. This addition of Dalton Connect is great. He's shooting 54.1% from the field, 54%. Okay, and also 83.3 at the free throw line. This guy is a pure scorer, man. He gets to the line, and I mean, he's making more shots than he's missing. Now, one thing I do want to bring up about Judah Mintz of Syracuse, he is shooting 82.4% from the free throw line. Okay, he's getting there. He likes to attack the basket, and he likes to draw fouls. I love that. That just a bully basketball, some bully ball. That's what it's all about. And Syracuse is about 5 deep. Okay, so they only have about 5 starters. That's what's going to make me nervous in this tournament. Could you agree with that, Go Breezy? After their starters, I don't see anybody.
Yeah, I'm with you. I haven't seen Syracuse play this year, but the fact that they were getting beat by Colgate at home, had to make a program historic comeback. That makes me nervous about Syracuse. I agree with you. Tennessee is gonna roll them with this 3rd ranked defense. That's pretty serious. Serious. Yeah. Rick Barnes. Going into the second game tomorrow, we got your alma mater, the Boilermakers of the Purdue, playing Gonzaga. This is probably the best game tomorrow. This is probably the juiciest game tomorrow. If we look at Purdue here, they're 3 wins over Samford, Morehead State, and Xavier, all by double digits. According to Ken Palm right now, the Boilers have the #1 offense. They're looking good, led by both of our National Player of the Year picks. Zach Edey, 20.7 points, 10 boards, 3.7 blocks. Gonzaga, they have only played 2 games. They beat Yale and Eastern Oregon. They hung 123 points on Eastern. 123. They're currently led by freshman Braden Smith off the bench. He's averaging 21 points right now. 2 games.
Braden Huff.
Sorry. Thank you. Thinking about Purdue, aren't I?
Purdue, come on now.
Let me make that correction. Braden Huff, freshman for Gonzaga, off the bench, averaging 21 a game, 7.5 boards, only 21 minutes. According to Ken Palm, Gonzaga has the 3rd ranked offense. This might be a shootout here, Max.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Who's going to come out on top?
Oh, let's go Boilers, man. Let's go Boilers. A couple extra stats on this, Cole Breezy, is that Zach Edey's shooting 61.3% from the field. He's shooting 80% from the free throw line. All right, come on now. Purdue is at least 6 deep. There's a couple other guys that, me just being a Purdue fan, I'm like, they could be 8 deep. They can honestly be 8 deep, but I'm not going to give it to them just for the sake of, just for the sake of argument on these games. But the Zags, they're also 6 deep from what I'm seeing. They have a deep team. Braden Huff, really quick, he's shooting 75% from the field. 75. How is that possible? I know it's only 2 games. It's only been 2 games. So,
right.
That's going to go down. But he's also shooting 75% from the free throw line. But let's go Purdue. Purdue beat Gonzaga last year, and that's when they started surprising everybody, where they're all like, whoa, what is this Purdue team this year that we were sleeping on, that we didn't even decide to rank them? This is how they put their face on the map. They're going to do it again here at the Maui Invitational.
You're right. I forgot they played last year. The Nike Hoop Summit, or I don't know what that was.
I forgot which tourney it was, but
on the West Coast. But yeah, that was a big win. I have to agree with you, Max. Our guy Drew Timme, he leaves Gonzaga after I think it was only 4 years there in Spokane, but that's a big loss. It's a lot of new faces for Mark Few there in Spokane. I got to go Purdue with you, Max. We're on 2 for 2 so far. And
hell yeah.
Going to the third game tomorrow on Monday. This baby is going to be at 9 o'clock Eastern. Okay, that Purdue game is going to be at 5 o'clock Eastern. This next game, the third game. And before we get to it, I gotta wet my whistle. Okay.
Tall boy.
Oh boy, little Rocky Mountain water here. Coors Banquet, Golden, Colorado. 100% Rocky Mountain water. Got to get my whistle wet before we talk about these Jayhawks. The number 1 team in the nation, the Kansas Jayhawks, they're 3-0 so far. They got wins over North Carolina Central, Manhattan, and Kentucky in that Champions Classic.
Kentucky's a good one.
Kansas is led by senior Hunter Dickinson. The Michigan transfer is currently averaging 22 points and 12.3 boards. According to KenPom, Kansas has the number 2 defense.
Oh.
They are playing the host school, the Chaminade Silver Swords. Max, we talked about this last week. Too many Wildcats out there. We got a Silver Sword mascot here.
That is creative. I like that. That's cool.
Chaminade, they're always in this tournament. They're the host school. They're Division II school, okay? And they always receive the right to be pounded by the top team. So they draw Kansas this season. There's not much to talk about this game. Kansas in a 35 to 45 point blowout.
Yeah, easy. Just a couple extra stats real quick. Dickinson shooting 65.7% from the field, everybody, and 88% from the free throw line. And this guy's going to the line. It's not like he's shooting 3 for 4 or 4 for 4 at the line. He's getting fouled a lot. So he's doing outstanding. The one thing, Cobrizi, and it's still early. This is the only thing that scares me about Kansas. They have those starting 5, which are dominating, a great starting 5. But on that bench, it definitely gets you shaky.
It was the same story last year. It wasn't much depth. Got some freshmen to bring along. Good. It's gonna be a learning season here. Definitely led by the starting lineup. If we get in foul trouble or injuries, it will be a factor.
Yes, but not in this game against Chaminade. Kansas has got this blowout.
Shout out to the Silver Swords for participating in this tournament every year and taking that ass beating. Last game tomorrow night on Monday. This one's at 11:30 Eastern. Oh my goodness! If you're out
late
there,
game,
you're gonna have to stay up late for this one.
Open up a soda pop, something to keep the sugars going. All right, because you don't want to fall asleep on this game because this is a juicy matchup.
Probably the second best matchup of tomorrow. We got the Bruins of UCLA at 3-0, taking on the 4th ranked Golden Eagles of Marquette, also at 3-0. Let's start with UCLA here. They got their first 3 wins, all by double digits, all at least by 18 points over St. Francis, Pennsylvania, Lafayette, and Long Island University. They have not played anybody. They're led by sophomore, big man, Adem Bona. He's averaging 18 points, 8.7 boards, 2.3 blocks. According to Ken Palm, UCLA has the 14th ranked defense. Let's look at Marquette real quick. Their scoring leader right now is junior Cam Jones, averaging 19.3 points, 4.7 boards, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Their first 3 wins. They beat Northern Illinois by 22. They beat Rider by 30. And I would say they have the best win out of any of these 8 teams so far in this season by winning at Illinois, 71-64. I believe Kansas over Kentucky. You can argue that one, but I'll go, because that was on a neutral court in Chicago. I'll go the Marquette win at Illinois. I'll say that's the biggest win out of all these 8 teams so far, 71-64 on the road. According to Ken Palm, Marquette has the 8th ranked offense. You taking UCLA or you taking Marquette in this one, Maxwell?
Oh, man. It's going to be a tight one. It's definitely going to be a tight one, but I still got Marquette. Okay, I still got Marquette. What Marquette, I'm telling you right now, when we start getting towards March, this might be a Final Four team. They are at least 6 deep, but that could be pushing 8. They are deep on the bench. They have guys that are going 17 minutes coming off the bench. They move the ball. They have a leadership in Kolek, who was the Big East Player of the Year. And then, he's not even the leading scorer. Cam Jones is the leading scorer, shooting 52% from the field. Oh, my goodness. You got to be excited about the Marquette Golden Eagles. I got Marquette against UCLA. What do you got, Cobrizi?
I agree with you, Max. We're 4 for 4. I actually have Marquette as one of my Final Four teams in that season pod. So I picked the Golden Eagles to go, led by Sean Smart and Tyler Kolek. Tyler Kolek, probably the best point guard in the nation. I like Cam Jones. They only lost 1 guy from the team last year, Olivier Maxis Prosper. I like the Golden Eagles in this one to move on to take on Kansas in the semifinals.
Oh my.
Let's go to the left side of the bracket, the loser side of the bracket, because this is one of those tournaments, a rare tournament where it's a double elimination tournament. So you're guaranteed 2 games here. So let's go to game 5. We got the losers. We got the same bracket so far. We got Syracuse playing Gonzaga on Tuesday at 2:30 Eastern. Max, how are you feeling about the Cuse versus the Bulldogs of Gonzaga?
I've watched Syracuse play this year, and to be perfectly honest, I know they're 3-0, but I'm not that impressed. They do have that one scorer that's, pretty decent, but overall, and also I think Judah Mintz is shooting like 43% from the field. So he's getting 23 points, but he's missing more shots than he's taking. So I'm not that excited about it, but I'm going Gonzaga. Gonzaga moves the ball. They play defense. They got him on this.
I'm with you there, Max. Syracuse, they played New Hampshire, Canisius, and Colgate. Those are all cupcakes. Yeah, Gonzaga's had 2 cupcakes themselves, but Mark Few, I'm gonna lean on him. And Gonzaga, what is it? 8 straight Sweet 16s. That's a program right there. That's a basketball program.
Yeah,
I'm going with them this one. In the other semifinal of the losers bracket, we both have Chaminade and UCLA. There's no reason we could ever pick a Division II school in the Silver Swords to beat a Division I power conference Pac-12 team in the UCLA Bruins.
No way.
UCLA Bruins are winning this one. Max, are you gonna disagree?
Nothing more we need to talk about. Okay, sorry, Chaminade. UCLA's got you.
So in the Queef game of this tournament, we got Chaminade and Syracuse. The Chaminade beat Syracuse in the Queef matchup
to be the 7th place, or what would that? Yeah, for the 7th place victory. Yeah, it's Syracuse. Sorry, Chaminade, you will be the last team in here. You will be 8th.
I agree with you there, Max. If we're looking at the 5th place game, there we got Gonzaga playing. Who do we have there?
UCLA.
Gonzaga and UCLA. Sorry, that's a. Oh boy, is that a Elite 8 rematch from last season? A Sweet 16 rematch. Sweet 16 rematch from last season. We got some big dogs banging. UCLA right now is the 14th ranked defense. Gonzaga has the 3rd ranked offense. How are you feeling about this rematch from March Madness last season, Max, for the 5th place in the Maui Invitational?
I think it's a lot of fun, but once again, UCLA is not that deep. Okay, they have 5 starters compared to at least 6 deep. A guy coming off the bench that can to give the starters a breather in Gonzaga. I got Gonzaga. I got the Zags. But this is a juicy game too. Okay, for a fifth place, for going for a fifth place, this is an awesome game to watch. I can't wait for that one as well. Gonzaga though.
I think the point guard leadership of Aaron Nemhart from Creighton for Gonzaga, the transfer from Creighton, he's going to get this one done. UCLA has a lot of new faces, has a lot of international players, a couple transfers. UCLA, they're going to take their lumps this year. They're going to take their lumps this year, and they're not going to be able to beat Mark Few in this fifth place game in the Maui. Max, let's move back to the winners side of the bracket and take a look at the first semifinal. This baby's going to be on Tuesday at 8 o'clock Eastern. We got Rick Barnes and the Volunteers of Tennessee in that great defense going up against your boy Zach Edey and the Boilermakers, baby. Max, walk me through this one.
Oh my goodness. It is going to be a highly contested game on defense, but can you stop Zach Edey down low? They got some big guys on Tennessee. They do. Okay, but Purdue is shooting lights out. They have some guys that are even coming off the bench, knocking down 3-pointers. Purdue plays defense too, everybody. Yes, they do. They got guys that come off the bench. This is what they do. They're starting 5 elite scorers. When the bench comes in, elite defense. We have Mason Gillis and Ethan Morton coming off the bench. Those guys can go up for defensive player of or all defensive team in the Big Ten. I'm telling you right now, both of those guys could be on that. I got the Boilers. I got the Boilers on this. I think that they're too good in scoring.
The depth of your Boilers is really special. You want to talk about their defense. According to KenPom, they're ranked 13th for defense. That's pretty damn good, along with their first-ranked offense. So we got the first-ranked offense going against Tennessee's third-ranked defense. So this is going to be a clash against offense against defense here. But like you said, Purdue is so deep, man. They brought those 2 freshmen in I didn't even know about, and then they got guys coming off the bench that have started in the years past. I got to go the Boilers to take down Rick Barnes in Tennessee. Don't connect. He has an off game. I got the Boilers moving on to the Maui championship game.
Yeah.
In the other semifinal on Tuesday night, oh boy, you better get your popcorn ready because we got a top 5 battle in the nation. We got the number 1 Jayhawks of Kansas taking on the 4th-ranked Golden Eagles of Marquette, the reigning Big East regular season and tournament champions. Looking at this matchup right here, Max, I see Marquette has the 8th-ranked offense. Kansas is ranked 9th in offense and 2nd in defense, so they're top 2 and top 10 in both. Marquette, I don't know if they've got the size. Big Dickinson, I like DeJuan Harris. I'm obviously not going against my Jayhawks in this matchup. Are you going to disagree with me and take Tyler Kolek and Shaka Smart to shock the world?
I thought about it. I thought about it. Like I said, 6 to 8 deep compared to 5 deep. But oh man, when you hear those big time names like Hunter Dickinson and you brought up Harris. Who's the other guy? McCullough, who's averaging like 12, 7, and 7 right now. Get out of here. I got Kansas going to a championship. This is what we wanted since we started talking about college basketball, man. We were like, let's go win this Maui Invitational. We can only hope, we can only pray that it's going to be Purdue versus Kansas. I don't even think we have to pray anymore. I think it's going to happen. So let's do it.
Yep. And that leads us right in to Wednesday night, November 22nd. Some people put their turkey in the night before Thanksgiving. So you might want to put your turkey in after this game, because you want to watch this baby. We both have the Boilermakers of Purdue taking on the Jayhawks of Kansas. This one's going to be at 5 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday the 22nd. Max, we've seen Edey and Dickinson have plenty of battles in the Big Ten when Dickinson was at Michigan. Can you tell me anything about those bodies banging in the paint?
Ooh, it's fun. It's fun to see those guys go at it. But I'm going to tell you right now, Purdue has always held their own. Different team, though. It's a different team. Okay, Kansas is better than Michigan. They are. Michigan's a good school. Michigan's a great basketball school. But Kansas is better. Okay, and then worked around those pieces for Dickinson to get the ball down low. I do think he's going to have a little bit of a challenge though with Edey. Okay, it's a little bit harder to score against 7'4", who is averaging 3.7 blocks. Okay, so But vice versa. Dickinson against Edey, he might get a block or two against Edey, maybe. But I wouldn't doubt if Hunter Dickinson gets in foul trouble early against Edey. But if I'm making a pick right now. I'm going to go ahead. There's no way I'm going against Purdue. There's no way. Let's go Boilers. This is their year to win this Maui Invitational. Come on, let's go.
We're not going to spend long on this because obviously I'm picking my Jayhawks. I think Hunter Dickinson, he's shooting the hell out of the ball right now. He's shooting very accurate from downtown. He brings Zach Edey outside the paint a little bit. He's not going to have 3-4 blocks tomorrow or Wednesday night. Okay, it opens up the lanes. DeJuan Harris is going to find those passing lanes, those driving lanes. Find the kick out. Kevin McCullough, El Marco Jackson is going to be knocking down threes. I like the Jayhawks. You like the Boilers. Obviously, nobody's surprised by those picks. Max, if you could pick a third team that if Purdue doesn't win it, if Kansas doesn't win it, who's the team that you see cutting down the nets in the Maui Invitational?
I do have to go with Marquette. I got to stay in the top 5 and say Marquette just because of how deep they are and with that leadership. And I like the coaching as well. I would say Marquette. How about you, Cobrizi?
I'll throw somebody out there different. I'll go Tennessee.
Yeah.
Rick Barnes defense is nasty again, as usual. According to Ken Palm, they're ranked 3rd defensively. And, years past, we've talked about Tennessee. They've been a high seed. They've been knocked out early. It's because they can't score. They've always had great defense. They can't score. It looks like they added some scorers this year. If Tennessee gets hot, the defense is always going to travel. Tennessee could be that dark horse team that cuts the nets down in Maui.
I like it.
Let's finish up here, Max, with this Maui Invitational podcast.
Real quick, we got to do the third place game. We didn't talk about the third place against Tennessee and Marquette.
Oh, boys. Thanks for grabbing me there. Who you got in Tennessee, Marquette, third place?
Tennessee Marquette, we basically just already broke it down in a way that we said either or can win the championship. I'm going to pick Marquette. I think Marquette could be that third team that wins the championship, especially in this game. Marquette could score more. You already brought it up. Marquette could score more than Tennessee. Oh God, it's such a good game though. Oh my goodness, it's a flip. It's a coin flip. Damn it. I'm going Marquette though. Come on.
Yeah, Tennessee in their first 3 games, they're scoring a little bit, 80, 80, 82. So based on my just recent argument, I'll go Tennessee in that game. But like I said, Marquette has the most impressive win out of any of these 8 teams going on the road to Champaign, Illinois, and beating the Illini by 7.
Mm-hmm.
Max, finish us up on this podcast with your first team all-tournament team of the Maui Invitational.
A few of these are going to be super easy. We got Zach Edey from the Purdue Boilermakers. We got Hunter Dickinson from Kansas. We got Tyler Kolek from Marquette. We got Braden Huff from Gonzaga. I got a little curveball there. And actually, the last curveball, I am going with Judah Mintz, who is leading, that has the most points per game so far in this tournament. I think that if Syracuse is going to try to compete in here, he's going to be the one that has to put up the numbers. So I'm going Judah Mintz. He might have a game that's at least over 30 points.
Nice. I like that. I agree with you with those first 3. All 3 of those guys are on my first team All-American list: Hunter Dickinson, Zach Edey, and Tyler Kolek.
Yep.
I believe Kansas is going to win this tournament, so I'm going to throw another Jayhawk on there. I'll go DeJuan Harris, the championship winning point guard. Outside of Tyler Kolek, he's the best point guard in the nation, I would say. Definitely the best defensive point guard, reigning Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. And then I can see like you, Marquette making a run here, and Marquette does. I'll throw Cam Jones on that list. He's a scorer.
Yeah.
19.3 points a game, the junior. I can see him leading Marquette to a Maui championship.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love those picks. All these guys, all these guys that we just picked are fantastic.
Well, hell yeah, brother. I'm glad we could get together on this Sunday night in between games. We the Sunday NFL games today, they were solid, not anything crazy. I believe we were 100% on our My Buddy Mr. Tuddy guarantees, though.
We definitely got that. Oh yeah.
Damn good according to the fantasy football podcast. But I love breaking down this Maui tournament with you. I cannot wait for tomorrow. I'm going to get off work and get right home and get fucking ESPN on, because the Maui Invitational is my favorite.
Oh, it is definitely the best tournament of this feast week. Everybody, if you want some advice, here's the advice that I'm going to ask for you to do. Make your appetizers early. Have that in the fridge and then heat it up right before game or right before tip off. Come on now. All right. And I know that this is a time for family. This is a time to eat whatever you want and, spread more joy and stories with each other. But what better way to spread stories than to eat some buffalo chicken dip and watching the Maui Invitational with your family? Come on, you better believe I'm doing that with my pops.
Hell yeah. I'm hungry. I can't wait for these games. It's feast week. We had the battle for Atlantis. We got NFL games on Turkey Day. We got a Black Friday game.
Oh yeah.
This is one of the best weeks in sports coming up here, Max. I can't wait.
I love it. Oh goodness. Tomorrow, everybody. Oh my goodness.
Stay hungry.